case with Issue. I think she can go 2 better this afternoon.
Okay, well, she actually, Daniel Muscat, got on board when she went down the horse walk. Meanwhile, horse number 1, Maiden Butterfly, was actually led out very early, went to post early for David Amara, Graham Gibbons. Now this, you talked about her pedigree. She's a half-sister to Amazing Maria. Showed promise, obviously, in her first couple of starts, but what did you make of her run at Musselburgh?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's shown ability every time, but she hasn't really gone forward. And, you know, every punter, I think, when you see horses that are beaten at odds of 5s on, you think alarm bells start going. That was a race that she was entitled to win, and obviously she was chinned by Ghostly Ark. Now, interestingly though, she's been off since then. That was at the beginning of May, and there is market support for her. She's just shortened, I think, from 7-2 to 3s over the last few minutes. So someone somewhere thinks that she can redeem herself for that long odds-on defeat. But from what we know of her overall profile, then she does need to, I think, to turn over a new leaf.
If you're looking to take on the favourite Issue, you can at least say, well, look, she's not run since May. Clearly, Connections found a problem which they gave her time to fix, and as a consequence, perhaps she will be a better filly now with that under her belt.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair point to make. You know, if that 5-1 on defeat had been 3 weeks ago, we'd think, well, you know, what's changed since then? Obviously, the fact that she has been off since May. Obviously, she's hugely valuable as a breeding prospect anyway, given that she is a half-sister to Amazing Maria. And yeah, so, well, they would persevere with her, you would expect that, but also the fact that she's been off since May, if we read between the lines, we'll probably detect that, or infer from that there's been a problem, and it may be that she's ready to improve on that. Bit of an uneasiness now in Issue, the favourite here, now 13-8, was 11-8 about 2 minutes ago.
Electrify for Joe Minnesota and Jim Crowley, shown promise on all 3 runs in maidens, and a decent effort at Windsor. Yeah,
not bad. Was beaten still 6 lengths behind Archery Peak. Sovrano Dolce was also in that race and was just behind in 4th. Yeah, I feel that Electrify does have to take a step forward. She's sort of progressing in small increments at the moment, and if either Issue, the uneasy Issue, takes a step forward, or if Maiden Butterfly improves from that defeat at Musselburgh, I think Electrify is going to have to find something to make it 4th time lucky here.
All right. Luca Kamani has got Cutty Sark. Good pedigree on this daughter of Dylan Thomas, out of La Faire Monique and Machiavellian Mare. Obviously was in Italy, now with the excellent Newmarket handler. Better run last time at Bath.
Yes, it was beaten about 5 lengths there. Has been running in handicaps of late, and has found her current mark beyond her. Now, given that range is from, well, 68 to 63, it would surely mean that, well, probably the first 3 ahead of her in the market would have to disappoint if she's going to win that. We're looking at an older horse maiden here at Kempton in the last day of October. So it's natural that there's been the odd sort of bump in the road, hasn't there, for a few of the runners here. Sure. But there would have to be, you would still expect that something's going to run to the early 70s in order to win this, and if that's the case, then Cutty Sark has to take a step forward here.
Tanzania Road is the only other runner that's a single price figure. A daughter of Arch out of Banyan Street, really good American pedigree. James Tate and Martin Harley teaming up. The 1 start at Chelmsford, not the strongest of maidens, finished 3rd.
No, held up in the market okay, was a 6-1 shot, but although she got a podium placing, she was beaten 14 lengths there. That shouldn't be good enough to win this, and I'd say that dramatic progress is needed if Tanzania Road is going to score here.
the favourite on the drift out of 2-1. Madam Butterfly 5-2. Electrify also support for Jeremy Nasida's Daughter of Invincible Spirit into 9-2. Nellie Dean at 12-1. It's got the cheek pieces on for the first time, drawn in stall 1, but can be slowly away. This Daughter of Dream ahead. If you take out the handicap runs and look at her maiden form, she'll have a bit of an each-way chance.
Yeah, I guess so. Similar comments really to Cutty Sark, though. She's been beaten in handicaps off the mid-60s, off a mark in the mid-60s again. You know, it would really take the others to underperform, I think, for either Cutty Sark or Nellie Dean, if they're running to those sort of figures, to win a race like this. So, I think improvement needed from Nellie Dean.
Marco Botti's had a winner on the card, Encore Moi. He's got I'm a Sumac for the L. How do you pronounce the owners? Catorce? C-A-T-O-R-C-E. You're very good with your Italian.
That's a Spanish definite article.
L, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. It's a Spanish word.
That's a shame. I thought I'd get you on the bounce there. Got a hood on.
Ima Sumac was a I think Peruvian singer, I think. So
you think
there's a bit
that's
of
great.
Well, it might be South American of some type anyway.
14 in Spanish.
Yeah.
El Catorce. Right. Good pedigree. Daughter of Teofilo. There is the favourite playing around like she did on her debut issue, and will be loaded up without a rider once again. But she's gone in. Seems okay now. Danny Muscat will get on board in just a second. Just surprised to have the hood on for Sumac.
Yeah, I mean, the draw could have been kinder, but with a Marco Botti horse with a winner in the pedigree, we're relying on market signals here, aren't we? And the fact that she's freely available at 33 suggests that market confidence isn't that high for her first start. We've got joint favourites here now.
Yeah, Madam Butterfly an issue 9-4, Electrify 11-2. So Madam Butterfly connections and supporters certainly believe that she's going to improve significantly on her form that she showed earlier in the year when beaten at 1-5 at Musselburgh. Issue is out to 9-4. Perhaps the fact that she's played up again, but doesn't seem to have been too bad. Might have counted against her. Anything up from the outsiders? Thought there are a few here that maybe I thought Scara May. Just keep an eye how she goes. She's got a good pedigree.
That was the one that I was going to mention. I mean, it is a 50-1 shot here, so isn't expected to win. But there was definite promise back in February. We talked about a bump in the road. Well, there's obviously been one with Scara May, because she then was disappointing at Chelmsford City at the start of June, and we've not seen her since. But there was promise in that debut at Wolverhampton. Again, I'm not saying she's going to win here, but of the horses that are at the ranks of the outsiders, she at least has shown ability. She wasn't beaten that far on her first start.
Annabella just playing up very green on her debut for Tim McCarthy at Chelmsford, and clearly still a bit edgy.
Yeah, it looks that way. She was well beaten 12th of 14. She was a 100-1 shot that afternoon. She's a bit short on that here at 66s, but again, on the strength of that Chelmsford run over 7, Annabella has something of a mountain to climb here.
What about the fact that Sovrano Dolce is 33-1, was 4th in that maiden, where Electrify, who's 11-2, was just ahead of her?
Yeah, they meet on the same terms here. There was a short head between them, so yeah, that's a fair point. Sovrano Dolce ran behind Issue in that race won by Tersel, was 5th there, so yeah, that disparity is hard to explain. Issue, I think, has just shortened to 2's favourite, Madam Butterfly, second choice at 9-4.
Okay, I'm a Sumac just proving a little bit reluctant, along with Annabella for this Breeders' Backing Racing EBF Maiden Filly Stakes. They may be the last to come forward. Madam Butterfly returning to the track after a lengthy layoff, having disappointed at 1-5 at Musselburgh, vying for favouritism with Issue, who showed a lot of promise on her first start for James Fanshawe and Daniel Muscat. Right, actually there's still a few more left to go forward. Dave, did I get your selection for this?
I'm not sure you did, actually.
I didn't.
It was Issue. As I say, there was lots to like about the debut in terms of street wisdom, she had plenty left to work on, and by the look of things, she still does, because you know, she had to be loaded into the stalls without her jockey once again.
Yeah.
Now they're 2-1 joint favourites, but I thought that was in spite of the fact that she clearly needs to settle down and sort of get used to the routine of racing. I thought that was a promising start. Madame Butterfly is very interesting now, isn't she? The market really very keen on her. 7-2 into 2s. That defeat at 5s on at Musselburgh seemed to leave her a career at something of a crossroads, but now they flip-flopped. But the fact that she's been off since May suggests there might have been a problem, and certainly someone somewhere thinks that she's going to take a step forward and redeem herself, because she's now 9-4 from 7-2.
The sun's setting here. Time to join Ian Bartlett for the call.
Rihanna Star was the last quartet waiting to go forward. Here's Madame Butterfly going to stall number 2. In 3 more to come in. Next up is Electrify, very pale jacket, goes into stall number 4. Leaves the yellow sleeves of Scara May to 10 and Rihanna Star, dark blue and pink colours, to 12. Scara May goes in, Rihanna Star the final one walking up now. Comes to the gates, has a little look and a back away. Is in now, they're set. They're off. They race away over a mile, and as they get out of the gates, Madame Butterfly and Nellie Dean and also Electrify are fast away. Cuddy Sark is with those as they begin to settle down, and it is Madame Butterfly goes through to lead by just over 1 length to Rihanna Star on the outside of Cuddy Sark and Nellie Dean behind those from Electrify. The noseband of Miss Geronimo is next. Annabella, white face against the running rail. Issue, dark blue and white colours right in the centre of the pack. On the extreme right is Ima Sumac, who's alongside Sovrano Dolce in light green and white colours. And Tanzania Road with Scara May towards the rear of the field. Heading out of the back straight, Madame Butterfly leading. Shows in front by about a half length. Nellie Dean in second position towards, and is down, and has brought down Electrify and also Scara May and Sovrano Dolce. So drama on the home turn there as Nellie Dean was hampered, went down, and has brought several others down. 4 of them in total out of the race there as Madame Butterfly moves into the home straight to now. Cuddy Sark into second position, and Tanzania Road has come through into 3rd place. Annabella's behind that. The others well behind, could well have been severely hampered in the melee, but into the final 2 furlongs, Madame Butterfly in front. Cuddy Sark, the only conceivable danger, is miles behind now. She's 5 lengths behind her, so Madame Butterfly, after a string of second places, is going to be first past the post in this maiden and is a long way clear at the end. So Madame Butterfly is the winner. Second position for Cuddy Sark, Tanzania Road in 3rd and Issue in 4th.
Real serious drama here, and we are keeping our fingers crossed for jockeys and horses in what looked a horrid incident at Kempton. I think Nellie Dean was trying to take a gap up the inside of Madame Butterfly, and Freddy Tylicki went down on Nellie Dean and brought down 3 others. We will try and bring you news of, we're hearing the others were 5, Electrify, 10 Scara May and 11 Sovrano Dolce. Jim Crowley, the champion jockey, was on Electrify, Steve Drown on Scara May and Ted Durkin on Sovrano Dolce. We are just keeping our fingers crossed that everyone is okay. A really horrid incident, and no matter what we're going to talk about here with regards to Madame Butterfly, Dave, it will pale into insignificance. There is obviously a steward's inquiry, because I think everybody right now just wants to know that everyone's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an awful incident there involving those 4 horses. We're watching the closing stages here, but what happens really is rendered pretty academic by what happened earlier in the race. Madame Butterfly has come back from that break and goes out a wide margin winner in the end here. It's Cuddy Sark who is in second place, and Tanzania Road is third. But I just hope that everything is okay with the runners and riders who came down there.
Just hearing that all horses are up and okay. Currently 2 riders are still down and being attended to. Just hearing on the tannoy here that obviously they are looking into an incident that we all saw crystal clear during the running of the race, and obviously we won't be showing a replay of it because of the nature of what we've seen. Madame Butterfly, she obviously has run pretty well regardless, but looked as if the first incident looked to be Nellie Dean going up on the inside. Madame Butterfly looked to be almost idling, waiting for a bit of company. Nellie Dean and Freddy Tylicki came up the inside of her, and then they got very close, and obviously